brand new tonight. A Katu investigation into an effort that could make your property taxes go up. If you live in the state of Oregon, it comes as a lot of cities and counties stare down multi-million-dollar budget shortfalls.
We found many local governments blame their budget problems on Oregon tax laws. They want lawmakers to start the process to change them. Taxpayers may be wary.
Taxes keep going up.
It's a kitchen table issue for longtime East Portland homeowner Dave Gatman.
Grand total $51.46.
Looking at his bill, figuring out where those tax dollars are going.
I don't even know what lock opt is.
Wondering more and more often what it's paying for.
It's like, okay, you've taken a bunch of money, but I'm not seeing any impact on what I see on the streets.
Polling shows Dave is far from alone. The Portland Metro Chamber shared polling this year showing 7 in 10 Metro voters felt their taxes were too high for the services they get. Now, local governments across Oregon say these tax bills sent to property owners aren't paying the government's bills. Katu is on your side, digging into why.
The system at its core is broken, right? So it's completely flawed.
Jenna Jones is a tax and economic development lobbyist for the League of Oregon Cities. The organization represents cities across the state. It found dozens of local governments are reporting budget shortfalls this summer. The headline is a $93 million shortfall in Portland. Washington County leaders highlighted others in a recent budget meeting, though. $20 million in Washington County, $21 million in Multnomah County, $10 million in Beaverton, and $11 million in Eugene, just to name a few.
Property taxes, which are their main revenue sources, are just not enough to pay for general government services.
Local governments put their money problems at the feet of Measures 5 and 50. Voters approved them in the 90s. Put simply, Measure 5 limits property taxes in proportion to a property's real market value. Measure 50 caps assessed property value growth at 3% a year. Many local governments want to start the process of changing both laws this legislative session.
Our biggest thing is getting the legislature to help us convene the necessary people to start talking about what is the new property tax system that replaces the one that we currently have, that is actually adequate, that's fair, that's equitable for local governments and for community members alike.
It's up to voters to make changes since the tax laws are in the state's constitution.
They're hungry for more tax revenue no matter how much they have.
Bill Sizemore wrote the measure that caps assessed value growth. He says he'll fight any effort to change it. I asked him what he says to government leaders seeing expenses go way up while their main revenue source is capped.
So before you go to the taxpayers and say, hey, you need to pony up more money because we can't afford our budgets, look at the interior of your own budgets and say, where are we really spending money that is that we really can't afford? And we have to live on a budget. You have to live on a budget. And a 3% increase per year is sufficient for you to survive, just like it would be sufficient for us to survive.
The League of Oregon Cities says the work starts with education and getting the right people together.
Multnomah County, 917.
Dave's position on new taxes shows the work ahead for anyone asking voters to change the system. How do you lean on voting on something like that today?
No. I mean, literally, for the last election, my mindset was anything you're asking me for more money for, the answer is no, because you've not done a good job with it for the money that I've given you.
Evidence of a growing gap in budgets and with voters. The current law allows voters to approve levies and bonds to pay for specific things like police and fire. Bill says that gives taxpayers the power. However, those typically expire. Local governments say that leads to a lack of certainty for policymakers. Do you have a story for us? You can email us at Katu investigates@katu.com. You can also leave a voicemail at 503-231-4205.